welcome to episode 71 of Thrashcast. My name is Billy, and I'm here with my co-hosts Jim and Ken. How are you guys tonight?
Awesome,
Awesome.
dude. Yeah.
Great. So, quick reminder, let's get some housekeeping out of the way where you can find us. The website, www.horrormetalsounds.com. Of course, on YouTube, Horror Metal Sounds at keng.2864. And other sources, as always, Rumble, Spotify, and TikTok. And just a plug, if I may, please subscribe and like our YouTube videos and our weekly podcast. It really helps the channel grow. We're in excess of 9,000, working towards 10,000. So we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
In terms of our agenda today, I don't think we announced it last week,
Mm-mm.
so it'll be a bit of a surprise. Although Ken's promoted it a bit, so some might know. So of course we'll do our normal news, spinning items. We got a bit of a dedication from Jim to a fallen metal guy, and we got a concert review from Ken, so that'll be interesting. And then our album focus, the New Testament release. We're generally doing older albums, but after, it was actually Jim who came up with a good idea that when new
Yeah.
releases are out of the big guys, we should cover that. So, Parabellum was out last week, so the three of us have spent a lot of time with it. So we'll give you our thoughts and views. And then the final segment, something a little different. We're going to discuss 5 albums that we really enjoyed from 2025 that are not quite good enough to probably make our top 10 list year-end podcast show, but we
Mm.
still want to bring them forward because we think they deserve attention.
Yeah.
So that'll be a bit of interesting and a spin away from Testament.
Like,
So sorry, were you saying something, Ken?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Go for it.
So let's start with our usual news spinning and some of these other items. Ken, I know you want to talk about the Sacrifice show last Saturday, so why don't you start us off there?
Yeah, last Saturday, so at the concert hall in Toronto, Sacrifice played. Well, this has been 9 years since their last show in 2016. So it's a rare, when they say rare, they mean very, very rare home appearance for the band. It was a really good show. I had a good time. I had a few small gripes, and a lot of people did. The merchandise was a bit insane. I had to wait in line for a good hour to get a T-shirt, which was which is great, and the new album. Of course, I finally was able to get my hands on the new album.
nice.
I'm
I need
very,
to,
very happy about that. I got this.
yeah.
Very, very happy.
Is
Um,
there only one guy working the merch stand, Ken? Was that the problem, or just too many?
there was Sean Palmerston, the band's manager, and his two sons were at the
Oh,
merch.
so that's good.
So, but it was just the way they had it
Overwhelmed.
set up. It was crazy. Everybody was going down there. Also because they were giving away, like you could pick up limited edition vinyl pressings of I
Oh,
forget what it
okay.
was. One album or like a live single or something. I know they were giving that you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
get. A lot of the diehards were waiting in line to get that. But so I waited an hour. So because I waited for the whole hour, I ended up missing the first band. So I didn't see the what was that Maldita. I don't even know who they are, but I missed them. But so yeah, I waited in line, got my T-shirt, got my record. So I'm happy for both. I mean, actually, their merch was pretty inexpensive. Like the shirt was $25 and the CD was 20.
Nice.
So like I'm impressed that they didn't really overcharge. I thought they might, but they didn't.
I mean, nowadays nobody charges 25 for a t-shirt.
No,
No.
no,
That's
that's what I'm saying.
35, $40.
I got Soldiers, which I totally love. So I love this T-shirt a lot. It's one of my favorites. I love that cover.
Yeah.
Soldiers. So yeah, I got that $25. Like you can't go wrong for $25 for a shirt. But the show itself was great. I liked Corrosive. They came on second last. They actually ended their show with a rendition of Creeping Death from Metallica, which I thought was kind of neat how they ended their set. The Delibation, I don't really know much about. I thought they were kind of sort of punky, but not my taste. Like it was like 90s punk, kind of pop, like I guess pop rock. I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of them.
Was it a woman singer, Ken, in that band?
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah, I
There
thought
was.
so. I tried to look them up. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really care for them all that
Yeah,
much.
me neither.
I know they're. I know Gus's daughter's son-in-law's in that band. His son-in-law's in the band, but and Gus had said that he played drums for them a few times in the past, but I had no idea. And then beyond that, when Sacrifice came on, they played 90 minutes, which impressed me because I was hoping like it was going to be more than an hour. Like, oh my God, it's one show in 9 years. You're going to play an hour.
Yeah.
So thank God it was 90 minutes. And it was a really, really good 90 minutes. 20 songs in the 90 minutes. Um, every album was represented with the exception of Apocalypse Inside. Of course, they didn't play any from that album. They did play Soldiers of Misfortune, which is a great, great album. They also played a lot from the ones I condemn, like Hiroshima, The Great Wall, We Will Prevail, the ones I condemn, the title track. They played all that stuff. Volume 6 was good, so they played Comatose, Antidote to Poison, Lunar Eclipse, Explode, Underneath Millennia, and then of course they brought in Brian Taylor at the end to sing Trapped in the World, since he actually did the vocals on that song on the record. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, Forward to Termination had the most songs, so of course they're going to end the night with Reanimation, which is great. That's a song everybody loves and everybody loves to hear it live. But overall, it was a really, really tight set. These guys, for a band who doesn't play live that much, they sound great, note for note. Like every song doesn't sound off. Like I know every Sacrifice album from front to back, and as much as you guys do. So like it sounds great. They sound great live. They're tight. I love the fact that they didn't really do a lot of talking. So Rob just basically they just played. He would contribute a little bit. The only thing he said, and I'm going to say this here on the podcast, but Rob had this kind of ominous message saying that this could be the last Sacrifice show in Toronto, which kind of like I was like, what? The last? But given their age and the logistics, maybe it's just too hard to pull off to play live in Toronto. So that was that was weird. But beyond that, it was great. When the show ended, they hung back. So they're kind of close friends and family. We're there. We hung out with the band. Autographs were signed. I talked to Gus, took a photo with Gus. People brought their records to get signed. So it was great. It was a really, really good night. I had a really good time. And I'm hoping for more music, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if there's going to be another record down the road or more tours. I know they do have a show coming up. I forget where, but somewhere in December they have a show. And I've spoken to Gus. Gus has said that 2026 they will be active, but according to what Rob said, I don't know. So it's kind of weird messaging from the band on both sides. But I had a good time. I had a really, really good time, and I'm glad I got a chance to see them.
Well, I think they should put out another record because their last this record is fantastic.
Well, this is the other thing I want to get at too. This album is equally as good as the New Testament that we're going to talk about tonight.
Oh yeah.
The two runners up for me, I'm telling you guys right now, the two albums that I'm focusing on most, Testament and Sacrifice, the two best albums of the year in my mind for me.
It'll make my top, probably my top. I'm into right now Sodom, Testament, and I love Dragon's Claw. That's out. So, but I think right now it's running Sodom and Testament, but this Sacrifice is a fantastic album.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
for
is
me, it's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Testament wouldn't compare to it, I don't think.
Okay, you prefer Sacrifice, Billy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I like the Testament, but yeah, Testament will be in my top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be number one.
But it's a good year because Sodom,
Oh yeah,
Testament,
that's the problem.
Sacrifice,
It's a
Warbringer, Paradox, like
leper colony. Oh,
Leper, yeah. And even the new Coroner is actually growing on me. I've been
I gotta
listening.
spend time with that, but it's not even out yet, right? Only a few singles.
No,
Or is it fully out?
I think it's out already. Yeah, the album already came out. I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Oh, on Apple Music, I can only get the singles as of last week.
Okay, I've heard it. I've heard the whole album.
I
Maybe
think it's out this week.
Yeah.
It's out Friday.
Okay, so
this
yeah,
Friday. Yeah. Okay, so you must have a promo then, Ken.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard the whole album already.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
I like it. It's growing on me. It didn't at first, but yeah, it's growing on me. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
I want to hear it.
that's the show in a nutshell. It was a fun time. They have a really devoted, long time fan base, which makes it kind of like I don't know, like a large family event because they have so many friends who've been into the band for years and years and years, and they all come out to these shows. It's a big deal,
It
and I
makes
like that.
sense. It's a local band, I guess, technically.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. And it's a local band, and everyone comes out to the show, and even like guys like Danny Lausen from Entropy was there. There were several musicians that were there. I know that much, and apparently Rob Barrett from Cannibal Corpse was there with a girlfriend that he's apparently seeing a Canadian girlfriend. So he was there for the show. So it's great. I mean, like it's a fantastic night. But yeah, it was a good show.
Good.
That's my report.
Cool. Anything else you want to touch on, Ken?
No, I mean Jim's going to talk about the next thing that
Yeah.
I'm. It's affecting me too, but I'll let Jim take the lead on that, bud.
Okay, so Jim, you're up next. I think you wanted to focus on the emerging news today.
Yeah,
Please for your
unfortunately,
report.
some terrible news. The passing of Ace Frehley. One of the best guitarists, heavy metal rock guitarists, and as far as I'm concerned, really really sad. I mean, we're taping this obviously. Not on the day we're releasing it. So, the news came through this afternoon that he was, on life support, and it didn't sound well. I mean, he fell, I think, in late September in his studio, and I think his family elected to possibly take him off life support this evening,
He did,
which
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sucks. But hey, what can you do? What a legacy! What a player! My favorite member of Kiss. I mean, I
Mine too.
remember being a kid, and Space Ace was just my favorite member. And even before I even knew their music, I remember seeing them. I think it was 1978. I was like 7 years old, and they were on the TV for Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. And
Yes, love that.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, and I remember staying up to watch that and
me
being
too.
like, "Holy shit, that was so cool!" And I remember my first time. It would have been, I think, the year Elvis died. I was watching the whole funeral thing of Elvis, and somehow it was a music montage thing, and somehow Kiss came in a live shot, and I still have it burned in my memory. I don't even know what song it was. And I remember going like, "Who is that?" This would have been way earlier than Kiss Meets the Phantom, but holy cow. And his latest album that was out 2 years ago, 10,000 volts, which is pretty
Yeah, I love that
cool.
album. I have it
Yeah,
too.
really good. And I mean, he's got such a string. He was through Kisses. I think he left in '82. So he started in '73. He started on the first album, and I mean, all the memorable albums. I think Kiss Alive is so electric because of his guitar playing. That was that's when Kiss really got on the map. And it's because you could take the concert home, and people who didn't see the show could buy the record and listen to what was going on that. And I remember in the gatefold, his guitar's on fire, and it's just so cool. And then when they brought out the solo albums,
Yeah,
I
full
think
album.
Aces sold the best. you know?
Yes, that's true. He's
Yeah,
even claimed that. He's even actually claimed that this
yeah,
album is selling over all the other band members.
yeah. And I think that's so cool, and that's a testament. He has so many great songs, and I always loved I mean, some of my favorite songs, like 2000 Man, which is a cover, but still he did such a great job on that. And I think that was off of Dynasty. So, that's when the whole band was sort of changing a bit. But like Shock Me, and then his solo career with Ace
Fraley's
Frehley.
Comet, dude.
Oh
Fraley's
yeah,
Comet. Awesome stuff.
yeah. Fraley's
Awesome stuff.
Comet and his
Yeah.
own Ace Fraley's Comet. I mean, they were wicked. The album Trouble Walkin's a great
Oh, I
album.
love that album.
Yeah, and there's another Anomaly, that his solo album
Yep.
Anomaly, that opens up. Like,
Yep.
it's
I
so
have that. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, just kind of a sad day. Rest in peace to another fallen legend. I mean, my God, And the sad thing is, it seems like we're doing. I mean, we did an Aussie show back in July, and now you got Ace, and since then, so many metal heroes are just kind of fading out because I mean, everybody's getting older. But the sad thing is, when I was a kid, these guys were my idols, and it's just like even today, I'm thinking, and I never thought I'd be thinking about Ace Frehley. Like, holy cow, he's gone, and like it's just shocking. And I think I think he was the talent behind Kiss. Peter Criss as well, and the other two, Gene and Paul. But I never ever, after he left the band or he was fired or whatever, I just never, like their last show that happened a year and a half or 2 years ago, they didn't even bring up the past members and stuff, and it was just, there's such a disconnect. And I know that there's been bad blood there, but like this is death is final. So, and he was intricate in their success early on for sure. I mean, that Kiss Alive album, his solos on that are fantastic.
Oh God, yeah, he's a great guitar player.
So, anyways, we say goodbye. Rest in peace to a legend, and hopefully, wow, like holy Jesus.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
And I've seen Kiss twice, but I haven't seen Kiss, like I haven't seen original Kiss. I've seen Kiss with Tommy Thayer and the drummer there. But I had tickets to see them with Eric Carr back in 1990. But Paul Stanley had broken his rib actually in Montreal, and they ended up canceling that. That was for Hot in the Shade tour, I think. And I saw them. I've seen them like we have a large outdoor thing, and that's a soccer pitch here it's a soccer pitch now called the Wanderers Grounds, and they played there, which was really good. They had an outdoor concert. I think Weezer opened for them, but they were really cool. Yeah. But in pure Gene fashion, you couldn't buy anything with your debit or credit card. You had to buy Kiss money. Yeah. I don't know if you guys, so you buy Kiss.
I do know, yes.
Yeah, Kiss money. But then the way it happened was the tickets, you're using them first, and then you get down to amount, but nothing you can spend on. And so, anyways, but a send off to Ace, and wow, just mind blowing. I'm hoping that maybe somewhere along the line there's a lot of recordings that maybe will come, not necessarily out of the Kiss camp, but maybe out of his camp, and we can sort of kind of continue on with the legacy here.
Well, I'm waiting for the statement. What are those two going to say now?
Yeah, exactly.
Their ongoing war with him has been stupid, really, over the years.
And it's interesting because all the things that are flooding in, you've got people like Snowy Shaw, the guys in Alcatraz, Giles Lavery, the lead singer of Dragon's Claw and Warlord and Alcatraz, and you've got like, even Tobias Forge posted a picture of him with Ace and all the ghouls. It's just, he was such, like, he was just above, and he was just so talented. And I just can't imagine if you drew like a flow chart of how many guitarists picked up a guitar, like think about Pantera, for instance. Dimebag absolutely loved, loved Ace Frehley, and the guys in Pantera absolutely loved Ace Frehley. So, Sebastian Bach, another huge Kiss fanatic who, but everybody's always like, oh yeah, Ace. So definitely will be missed.
Oh, hell yeah. Totally. Yeah. Sad day, man.
Yeah.
Total sad day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else on your end, Jim?
No, just I can't wait to kind of chunk into the Testament album here. That was I got my copy all ready to go, and I'm ready to.
I wish I got mine.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, we got it. So Billy says, "Go get it." Yeah, okay, great. He mentions that Sonic Boom, so I go, "Where's Sonic Boom?" Oh, we don't have it. What do you mean you don't have it? But what the hell? They had the vinyl copy in, but not the CD.
They didn't have CDs.
The opposite.
Yeah. Here in Halifax at the record store, they didn't get anything in. They're still waiting.
Yeah, that's what they told me. So I'm on the reserve list, so they're going to call me when it comes in.
That's weird, because like Saturday morning, I showed you the clip, Ken.
Yeah, I know you did.
New releases in store. Then they do vinyl, and then they do CD. And CD new release in store.
That's why I went down, Billy, when you mentioned it. I was like, okay, I'll go down and pick it up. So I was like, I get there, and it's like, I was so bummed out. I was like, what the hell's this? We don't have it. What do you mean you don't have it?
And I was an hour earlier. I should have checked for you. I never even dawned on me.
That's okay. Sure. Well, that's all right.
You told me you were going.
Yeah, that's all right. It's no big deal. I I figured you mentioned it, so I was like, oh, I'll go down and see if I can grab a copy of it. But
Yeah.
And I
I'll get
missed
it
you by an
eventually.
hour too. We would have bumped into
Yeah,
each other.
I know. Yeah, I guess I was probably there just after you came in. Oh well,
Oh
we'll
well.
get it. No
But the
worries.
interesting thing is we're going to talk about this album, but really, every time we do like a legendary album that we all love, or and we've had years and decades to marinate with it. This one we've had like 4 days, so
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to do it this way.
So songs that are not our favorite may end up being our favorite,
Yeah,
vice
exactly.
versa, like in a couple like weeks from now as
Yeah,
we
yeah.
absorb it.
That's true. After you've heard it some more.
Yeah.
But,
All right, I just have one or two quick things that I'll hit fast and then we'll jump in. So just a news item, not really a huge deal, but I guess in a way it is because it's probably or arguably the best heavy metal live album of all time. Any thoughts, guys? What is that?
oh yeah, Iron Maiden, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Live After Death. Yeah.
So,
Live
so they've
after death.
announced the 40th anniversary reissue of the vinyl out on November 28th. So it's got all the original stuff like the cool tour program. But
Yeah.
from what I can tell, there's some additional like booklets and stuff like that is included. So obviously, diehard Maiden fans will want to get their hands on that. I mean, I might pick it up, I guess, just given the significance of the album. I have like an original copy, but see what the extras are there. So that's
And
the
the
And
only,
new book came out
the
too, buddy.
colors, the vinyl is cool too. The colors.
yeah, like one's red and one's blue or something,
Yeah.
I think.
And they released that new book as well for the Seven Sons.
Yeah,
of
I have it
Seven
on
Kings.
order.
You have it
What
in
book?
order? Yeah, I have to get that.
What book?
The book,
The-
here. I actually got it on Prime Days for $55.
It's
Did
an
you?
official band book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pictorial. It's a new pictorial, and it's covering a lot of the Seven
Oh,
Sun
okay.
touring on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it
It's
looks nice.
called The Official Visual Story,
Oh,
Infinite Dreams. So
Infinite
it kind of
Dreams,
looks
that's
like,
it.
yeah, I can't get it up there, but it looks, it's pretty cool. It looks like that there. You can't see it.
oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order it on Amazon tonight then.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's right now, it's
yeah.
$86, but if you,
$86.
yeah, but I got it at, it's a big book, 400
It's like it's
pages.
really thick though, Bill.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, like a
huge
coffee table book. All
Yeah.
yeah, it's a huge hardcover, so it's
Okay.
worth it.
But wait, because I picked it up for 55 last week. So just put it
Okay.
in your inbox and let it sit
Oh,
there.
from Amazon? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, I didn't even hear. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Cool. So just a couple of what's spinning just to get some albums out there. Of course, I just got it on Monday, and as Jim mentioned, we had to get up to speed quickly. So that's been my number one spin. The other thing I picked up is given we're into thrash bands, and I've always liked German thrash. There's so many like great underrated German thrash bands,
Oh, yeah.
speed metal bands that aren't the big four. And so here's one of the legendary German albums, Assassin, The Upcoming Terror.
Good album. Yeah, I love that
that's
album.
cool.
It's great, like
I had that
speed metal, thrash, a bit of punk attitude, 1987. I mean, it's raw as hell, but that's part of his character, as Jim would say.
Yep.
And then just quickly, the last album, you guys may have already talked about this, but given all my time in the hospital, I just broke it open. The new Halloween
Yes.
album.
Yeah, that's
it's
great.
pretty good. Yeah, I need a few more listens. I don't got much to say.
Oh, I did
I
a
enjoyed
review
it.
on it
Yeah,
for
Jim-
All Father,
Jim
Billy. It is that is in my top 5 albums.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it. I think it's better. Well, I think it's better than the last one, actually.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And I love the fact that like you've got such a good you've got 3 singers. Like this is so
Yeah,
cool.
It's very cool. It's like
Yeah.
and it makes it like you get a change in all the songs. So
Yeah.
I can never. For every song so fresh.
Yeah, and I love everybody kind of crapped on the album art, but me and Ken, I keep talking to Ken about this because I keep going, I don't know what it's called, but it's the same artist who did the creator for Hate Uber Alice. And I love that blurry sort of visionary thing. I think it's amazing.
It's a very painterly style.
What's it called?
It's a painter. It's like a painterly style. It's
Yeah.
just
Like painting.
Or like-
Yeah.
I love it.
it's got like a bit of a fine art kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
So, but I like the painterly style because it's much more looser.
I like the fact it's not AI. It's just this is created by somebody, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Like I don't love it. Like it wouldn't make a top 10 list or anything. But
No, but I think out of like, I think it was better than their last album cover. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
He may have done that. I'm not sure, but I think the last creator album cover was really keen too. I thought that was great.
They've been mixing album, like they've been going to different artists over the last, I think, 3 or 4 albums, but
Yeah.
they don't stick with one particular artist either.
And Billy, you can get a white version. I don't know if that's what you got there, but you got to get the white. There's a white vinyl. It looks so cool.
Oh yeah, mine's like orangey.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the pumpkins. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So let's jump into Testament. I'm not going to do a bio. We've done a couple of them. You guys just did.
I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah. You guys just did practice with your preach, like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Let's jump right into it. So my first question, let's tackle band members. So one obvious change. So Gene Hoglan exits the band, who of course is a legendary drummer. We all know the Atomic Clock. But then this brings like Chris Dovitz, who's not brand new, but he doesn't have the pedigree of like some of the past drummers that Testament have used. So I guess the questions here are, how do you think Chris did, and do you feel his impact on this album? So Jim, let's start with you.
Oh, totally. I think, and he's younger, correct?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, I think, and I've
20s.
seen interviews with Chuck, and he's saying that it's fresh, not against the drummer that exit, but the fact that if they've got somebody who's like really kind of chomping at the bit to really do something here, and I think that's, and he's got a few writing. I think he's got a couple of writing credits on this too.
Couple, yeah.
He's the only Testament drummer who was writing with Eric from day one.
Yeah,
the two of them put this stuff together. Yeah, a good chunk of it.
And I think he's talented. There's a lot of great drum fills and stuff on this, and I think he really, the drumming is always in my mind sort of the heartbeat of the album. That's the beat where you get, without a really strong drum sound and you don't get the groove and everything. So for me, this album, which I'm gonna gush about continuously, is I think this album has a great heart to it, and it starts with the drumming, and I think he did a tremendous job.
Cool. Yeah, and Ken, didn't he co-write some of the lyrics on 1 or 2 songs?
He did a couple, yeah. Majority surprisingly, this album is mostly written by Chuck Billy.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, he wrote the majority of the songs.
What about the Exodus guy? How many songs did he have?
Oh, one.
Only
one. Sousa's on one credit. Chuck writes with Del James a lot.
Yeah.
I know Del James is very associated with the band throughout the years. So so Del James has a lot of co-writing credits for lyrics. But yeah.
Okay. Anything else? You're good there?
Wait, well, yeah, just basically I'll save most of my thoughts for the actual songs, but Chris is a really good drummer for sure. Yeah. It's obvious to me that his kind of precision can't even say it, precision style drumming, it's just this rapid fire, like he's really good, and I think that's what they were trying to tap out of him. So the black metal elements kind of really work here because of his drumming, but I think he's a really, really good drummer who's given the band that extra shot in the arm that they didn't have over the last few albums. And no offense to Hoglan. Hoglan's an amazing drummer, but this dude here, he's great. Like he's a star, and I think on at least 2 or 3 songs. Like the drum tracks are incredible all throughout.
I mean, sometimes the young guys just work harder, right?
Right.
Obviously, he was sitting there with Eric writing helping to put the early music together, and he just has more fire, I guess, to prove himself.
Well, can you imagine?
Also, he's in a new band too, right?
Yeah. And a big band for that matter, right?
That's what I mean. Like he's probably getting a decent paycheck. I mean,
oh man, like Testament, you're pretty much in the big 5, like, to be honest with you, and this album for me would move them into the big 4. Like this, it's that good. This is way better. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but this is way better than the last Metallica album. Way better.
Oh, Jesus, Jim, that's not that big of a leap.
No,
that's almost an insult to the New Testament album. Hey, did you guys know? As I was reading a bit about the album, I didn't have much time in a week, but that when Gene Hoglan stepped down, that they hired Dave Lombardo, and then
Yep.
Mhm.
Dave Lombardo
Yep.
left like very shortly after. And then Chris,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there,
yeah,
but
I
yeah,
don't know either.
they brought him on. I think he did. I'm not sure if he did some live shows with them, but it was a very brief tenure, and then he was out of the band,
Yeah,
um,
uh,
which is weird. But I don't know the story there. I don't know why that
I thought
happened.
maybe you guys had more info. I don't know.
I didn't
No.
know. There's not much written about what happened
Hmm.
with him. I do know that he's currently working with another Canadian female musician,
Hmm.
but it's not metal. It's like I don't know how to like alternative kind of weird. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not metal, that the music that he's currently working on. So he's really gone off in a whole different direction.
And he still is suicidal.
Yeah, yeah, of course he does. But I'm just saying, like, he's got this new main project that he's working
Yeah,
with.
he's always got
And
like 20 projects.
I know. That's very, very true. But I do know that that's what he's doing these days. So I don't know if that's why he ditched Testament to do that. Could be.
Yeah, maybe they gave him the tour dates and he realized he's got conflicts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I prefer Chris Dovis, anyways. I'll take that guy any day.
Yeah, it would be a totally different album without
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, so but most just out of curiosity, I looked at some of the reviews and see what people are thinking, or people I trust, as opposed to just any old review. But I mean, for the most part, reviews are good.
Oh yeah.
Some people thought they were, 1 or 2 weak songs, as I did, but that's not a big deal out of an album. Then there's like 8 or 9 bangers, so that all comes together fine. There were a few people that talked about just because I mean, I personally think it's a strength, just the diversity of songs on this.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
me
some
too.
feel that it was unfocused and you kind of never
I
get
don't.
going because you get the 2 opening bangers, then you slow down. So I don't know. For me, it's not. But what do you
No.
guys think? Like, I mean, we got ballads on here, new wave of British heavy metal, death, black, grindcore, blast beat drumming. It's
80s,
all over the place. But
80s metal, dude. 80s and 90s, they go back and honor their
yeah,
past a bit,
like
Yeah.
which I
Classic
like.
Testament. Yeah.
The ballad on here is so like the ritual to me is like early 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite song.
Yeah, good
Yep.
one.
Pretty damn good. But doesn't it show why we're getting into the songs again? But like on the ritual, I didn't like it. I hated it with a passion.
I don't like the ritual either, but yeah,
But like any ballad Testament did, I was never the biggest fan. But this thing, like you could really sure, the band's matured.
great.
Like the
Yeah.
guitar playing is off the chart,
Oh fuck.
and
Oh yeah.
Chuck's like really good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you think of song nine. Song nine is like could be on any early, like could be on the New Order, could be on Practice. It could be on. That is a Testament like banger.
I like that. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
That's
not to
old
give it a.
school, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going back. So yeah, it didn't bother you, right? I didn't think it would. It doesn't bother me in any way.
Love it.
It doesn't bother me either.
Like I think it's the strength of the album.
When I think
Absolutely.
about this album, I think about this album as and you guys have said it a lot on the shows over the last year where there's some like I keep bringing up the Destruction album where it's almost kind of like a paint by numbers thrash album in the sense that it's great and I really like it, but I see it now with this album, the Sodom album, Sacrifice album, that thrash metal has to be diversified to be a little bit different because otherwise you're just rehashing the same. And this album totally diversifies. Whether you don't like the black metal parts or the death parts or whatever, a little bit of the grindcore parts or the ballad, this all fits for me. It's like it feels very comfortable.
Cool. Well, actually, that was our last question, so maybe we'll jump there and go back. Yeah, Ken, what are your thoughts? Like, so basically, we're always talking, particularly you and I, more so than Jim, that a lot of the main bands or our 80 bands are, sometimes it feels like they're stuck in a rut. Like, how do you
Yeah.
think this sort of compares to like, I mean, even 24 or 25, like the last Creator, the last like Destruction, or like, I personally think the variety we're talking about makes it fresh. But what are your thoughts,
Yeah.
Ken?
Well, I'm the same. Like I kind of think the last, like, okay, for if I'm referring to Testament, the last two or three have been meh for me. Like
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
them, but meh. Dark Roots was the last album I really, really
Yeah, yeah.
liked, and I feel this is a good extension of Dark Roots.
Mhm.
Well, it's an extension of many of their albums, but yeah, a lot of modern thrash metal albums, they're just meh. They're just, I don't know, the bands. I mean,
It's a
you play
rehash
this.
of everything we heard, basically.
Right. You play this style for so long, eventually you just start repeating yourself. Like Destruction, you repeat yourself over. Um, there's so many thrash bands that I like, but they're just, yeah. After a while, you just like even the last Creator, I didn't mind it, but I didn't love it.
No, I love
I
it.
thought it
Same
was
with me.
okay. I know Jim, you like it, but and I'm a huge, huge Creator fan.
Oh,
They're
I
one of
know
my
you are.
favorite fans, but I just didn't really love it. Destruction. I love them too, but I just didn't love the album. I thought it was you know. So yeah, I know what you're saying, Billy. I would agree with you. Like, yeah, this album is different. It's got diversity to it. It sounds fresh. It sounds, I wouldn't say dangerous, but there's another element here that I didn't hear previously.
Hmm.
And I like the refresh sound. I like the fact that Chuck is invigorated. His vocals are fucking great. He's one hell of a vocalist, and all the lyrics. We will talk about it, but all the lyrics for the songs are great. Like everything is diverse. So yeah, it's great. I think
And
this is a fantastic
and
record.
the production is spot on this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
And you know what? I think I agree with Ken. Dark Roots was amazing. Brotherhood was, yeah, and Titans was okay, but Brotherhood was a letdown for me. But I mean, this is like a continuation for me of something as big as The Gathering, but
yeah.
more diverse. So
Yeah,
I
far
tell
more
you, I love this
diverse
album.
than, yeah, far more diverse in the gathering.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
You're gonna find out that this album touches many things. It goes
yeah,
like you get formation here, you get demonic, you get
yeah,
gathering, you get the ritual. Like I can tell that they went back to touch certain elements. So this album is a more full, complete record in my mind of what
yeah.
of their whole career, like a summation of their whole career. I think. But
That's a good way of putting it. It's almost like a barometer of what they've done, and it
yes,
just kind of touches on every era, so to speak, in every album. I agree with
that's
that.
right.
But
And
I guess
the Dragon Force stuff
that's a
too.
bit odd, I guess, Ken, because you and I agree that all the bands are putting out like a rehash of the old stuff. But some of the stuff we like best about Testament is it's a rehash of the old stuff in a way.
I know.
So
You're right.
we're both of us are kind of contradicting ourselves. I guess
I
maybe
know.
we
I
just really
know.
like Testament and we really like the Old Testament. So it sounds fresh coming off the recent albums.
I guess yeah, you're right. Like it does sound like we sound like we're contradicting ourselves, but at the end of the day, I guess I like hearing that. I just
Yeah,
like
I agree.
I hear this and I hear this and I every song I've heard something from the past. I'm not saying the record is old. It's not by far. This is the most advanced testament we've got.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think.
And
But yeah,
I think too, like when I talked about the Destruction album, I think I was leaning on the fact it was Destruction, so I have to like it. But
yeah.
this album blows that album away.
Oh yeah.
And the
By
Sodom
far.
album, it's between this and the Sodom album for me. And the reason why I love the Sodom album is because
Yeah.
it's a pure thrash attack with
Yeah.
elements of Slayer, but
Yeah.
not copying. This is totally diversified though. So for me, a better thrash album would be the Sodom album, but this, I mean, it's just got so much different stuff on it that you can't ignore it.
Mhm.
Cool.
Agreed.
Uh, and maybe this is unique to me, this question. It's the one of the only things I don't like about the new album, but I think it's a personal thing. Like so the black metal kind of influences. And this,
Mhm.
yeah, and I'll preface this question with I'm not a black metal fan in really in
Mhm.
any shape, form, or way. I know you guys are into a lot of that stuff. So, like for me, it just doesn't sound natural when Testament plays that style. Like I
Mhm.
love all the old school sounding tracks, and there's no black metal in them. Most of my favorite tracks have more of the limited black metal focus. But like, do you guys enjoy it? Do you think it's natural, or maybe it's just an evolution for Testament to bring in black metal, or what do you guys think, Ken?
Well, it's new. Let's put it
Okay.
this way, because I know that Alex is, I mean, Peterson's so big
Eric,
on
yeah.
black metal, and he had his other band, the black metal band, which Dragon Force, which I did like, which I did like that band quite a bit. So yeah, it's new to the band, but I don't mind it. I think it just I don't know that there's it's weird because we'll get into it, but there's like
Yeah.
weird screeching and background vocals that are like demonic and really weird, but it works. I just like it. It works. It's
Yeah, I
different.
didn't like that part, but I hear you. Yeah.
I'm not a huge black. I'll admit I am not a huge black metal fan. I don't mind some of it. I'm familiar with a lot of bands. My biggest beef. I don't like black metal droning where I can't stand that. I hate it in black metal. Like I'm not a whole fan of it. Here I don't mind it because they got it in parts. Like you get a little bit of it, then it goes and it changes direction. So I don't mind it. I'm good with it. But I know a lot of people like yourself, Billy, and I've read online a lot of people don't like it. They just don't like the black metal, and that's fine. That's fair, right?
Yeah, and it's not everywhere. By no means is this a black
No,
metal album, right? Like a
no.
couple of the banger tracks will have it for a bit, but there's still plenty of great parts of those songs to
Oh
love,
yeah,
right? So yeah.
yeah.
Like in no way does it hinder the album, but I always
No.
sort of cringe a bit in those couple places, especially when Eric does those black metal shrieking vocals. It's like, yeah, I don't like that, but
See, I like the vocals because it adds to the sound. It just
yeah,
Yeah.
I hear
Chuck
you.
is, I mean, Chuck clean vocals, death mode. He's great at doing that. But I just love the fact that Eric is throwing in these like black metal vocals, which are great. It just I don't just makes it much more full to me.
Yeah,
I
I respect that. Yeah, but a lot of
hard to
people like
explain.
it, so.
Yeah.
And Jim, I know you're probably the biggest black metal fan, maybe of the three. I'm
Yeah,
guessing
I've kind of
you
like,
enjoy it.
yeah, I don't, it's hard to get it. Like, black metal has changed so much since like the early Mayhem days of where
Yeah.
sort of, you know, so like now it's more like Enslaved's last album was kind of like folky, kind of more folky black metal. Like 1349 is my favorite black metal band, and they're more kind of, I don't want to insult them, but they're easy to kind of immerse yourself in. I'm doing a review for a band called Cemetery Moon, and they're black metal
I've
with
heard
more
them.
of a death metal. So they go between black metal and death metal. So to dip your toe into the black metal genre, that's an easier band to sort of get into, especially if you like death metal. I like it. But like Borknagar, for instance, is more compared to their early stuff. Their last album, which I think was my third best album of the year or second, that is more folkier. But it's just this is reminds me, and I like the Testament Demonic album, so I like Muddy Waters. I think Chuck is a pretty cool versatile singer to sing all these things, but I like it. I like it when the song turns a bit dark and you get those kind of blast beats that are down tuned and the shrieking, and all of a sudden you get that lower bass thud on the drums that kind of gives it that more ominous sound. I really like it. I think thrash, black metal, and death metal all can feed off of each other, and that's really good.
And they do.
But yeah, I like it. I think it just adds to and for those people, for those fans out there that are dead against black metal, maybe this type of thing will ease them into it and they can check it out because it's such a cool genre and it doesn't all have to be like I'm talking, like the early Mayhem albums where people are like, oh my God, that's the first thing that comes to mind when people say black metal. And now it's changed. Even true Norwegian black metal has morphed into more different stuff. So, but I think Testament does a great job with it. And, I don't think there's a bad track on this album. I have my whole sheets are full of ones here, so I don't know what my favorite track is.
Well, we'll get to it, Jim.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, but let's just quickly touch on, as we normally would do, the album artwork. So another Cantor cover. Well, of course, as always, let Ken go first on the cover.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not my favorite Cantor album cover for the band. He's been their cover artist now for a while, so obviously the Testament like to go with one or two artists, and they do a good run of like 4 or 5 albums, and they move on to somebody else. Right now, they're in the Cantor phase, and he's a very accomplished painter. He's did a lot of bands, a lot of albums, and he's been doing stuff now. What 5, 6, 7 years, and he's did a lot of really good bands. I don't mind that. Yeah, that's cool. I dig that.
The back cover, yeah.
Yeah, I like the back cover. I don't mind Cantor. He's like I said, he's a very kind of lush, painterly style. Like you said, Jim, it's no AI here.
No.
I paint by hand, and it's not even digital because a lot of artists nowadays will paint digitally, which I don't like. So now the extension of that is just do AI.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the fact that this dude is very old school, so it's all paint. It's a very lush painterly style, and it's okay. It's not my favorite cover. The last couple have been all right, but I don't mind it for what it is.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I mean, I don't hate it. It's nice, but it
Yeah.
doesn't, what do you call it? Like reach out and grab you.
Grab you, yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think of like Practice What You Preach, which is an album cover that just like I look at that thing and I would just buy it instantly.
Yeah, William Benson. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Great.
like that. And again, I'm not putting artists against artists. I mean,
No,
I know they both have a lot of great work. So, and the other thing that bugs, maybe this is more a vinyl issue, but probably, I mean, from a CD, it'll just be the same. But like, I
yeah,
hate that the figures are so small.
yeah.
Like,
It's
again, I don't need a Practice What You Preach size figure, but
they're in the
I think that's the
foreground, and
coolest
yeah,
part is the figure, and they're like maybe an inch tall, like on the vinyl.
yeah. It kind of reminds me of Souls of Black a little bit, but the Souls of Black is actually better
I
because the
like that
figures
better
are
too. Yeah.
they're in the foreground and they're immediate. Here they're sort of like nondescript. They're kind of in the foreground, but they're
Yeah.
not. They're pushed back. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I agree with you about that.
Hmm. Cool. How about you, Jim?
Oh, I love it. I think what I like about it is it's just so like it takes you a couple of looks to see the sort of the figure here, and the
Yeah,
back cover is amazing, and I love
yeah. The back cover. Yeah,
the actual CD's got that on it, so it's kind of cool.
yeah, that's
Um,
great.
yeah, I think it's great. I think it's for me, it's catching. I love the logo obviously is classic, so I love that. But it's just, I think it's a pretty beautiful cover, and I mean, I think Testament's always got some cool covers, except for Demonic. I like the redo of the Demonic cover. The original one's kind of a little lame, but
Yeah, I
I
love
like the
that cover
redo
because
with
it's
the
David
more.
Keane.
Yeah, I like the
The
Yeah, I
more.
love that.
Ritual is a pretty bad cover too, no?
Yeah, the Ritual's kind of boring. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think it's great. I think it, and I love the fact it's not like AI. They actually, I love that. I mean, not against anybody who uses it. I mean, it is a cheaper and a more easier alternative. But I think this is a work of art, so this is going to hang on a
Yeah,
wall somewhere, and people know it's the Testament album. So I think that's
that's right.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump into the album. That's it for questions. Um, so we'll start with the opening track, and it opens hard for the love of pain. Ken, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, this opening track is decent. I kind of like it. I'll have to maybe listen to it several more times. But yeah, you're right. It's got a heavy sound. It's got the crushing guitars right off the bat. Chuck's got the death metal vocals going right away, so you already know that they're setting the pace for this one. It kind of I feel like it's an extension of like Demonic or The Gathering. There's a bit of that
Mhm.
going on there. And then they throw the black metal vocals right away in the background, so you get it, and it's all right. I as a song I don't mind it. Peterson and I believe this is Peterson and Chris Dovis who
Yes.
co-wrote the song, and it's got all three styles. So you do get death metal, you get thrash, and you get black metal. So as a song, it's not that bad. I feel like there's a like this concerted effort to throw in some Dragon Lord. I mean, that's kind of what the vibes I got out of it.
Like
But I like it as
that's
a
what I was
song.
saying about it doesn't feel natural for Testament to
Right,
do the black metal.
right. Well, you can hear. I think here it sounds to me like they're intentionally throwing in the Dragon Lord
Yeah,
vibe,
totally, right? Eric
and
is
you can hear it. Yeah. So I
yeah,
can see where
totally.
some people might go, "Ooh, I don't mind it. I think it's okay. This is not my favorite song. As a lead-off track, it's fine, but I prefer the last song. I think the Parabellum is a way better way to end the album. But this is all right to start things for us.
Yeah, I feel the same way actually. Like I mean, I don't not like the song, but
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely opens with a bang, so that's
yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah.
Like the production is perfect for this kind of music. And the production, it's a heavy production, like a darker production, but everyone sounds great in it, right? Like
Mhm.
that nobody's buried. Like you can even hear like Steve's never really truly at the forefront. Like I get the sense he didn't do a lot of like big work on this,
Yeah.
but you can hear him like in the background, so that's kind of cool. I totally agree with you on this is what I was bringing up about the black metal. It's kind of
Mhm.
one of a couple tracks where it pops in. This probably I think it works the least here when they do bring it
I
up.
would agree. I would agree with you.
And
Yeah.
then you even get like Testament's not big on breakdowns, but at the 2 minute mark,
Yeah,
you
there's a
actually get like a
breakdown.
breakdown. So they're really throwing in a lot of diversity under this heavy umbrella. So doesn't all feel totally natural for Testament, but it's different. Yeah, I don't mind the song, and it may like grow on me as I listen to it more.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And Jim, your thoughts?
Oh, I love it. I think it's got an evil black metal sound. I think the death metal, it's more black and death metal for me. I think I mean, this is a heavy song, but I think the more black metal vibe you get out of it is with the guitars. I think the down tuning on it is really cool. And I love the vocals on it. That's total death metal vocals, and that evil vibe is really cool. This isn't one of my favorite ones on the album, but it's a great way to start off the album. And I think it's surprising because you know I just think people probably like this. They released the two singles. This wasn't a single, so you're getting into it. I think fans are probably wondering what the heck is this right out of the bat, because it's so dark and so heavy, and it's got that total black and death metal vibe. So I like it, but we're gonna lead into the next, which is which was one of the singles. But this, I bet, is a surprise for a lot of people who are like really big thrash lovers of thrash for sure.
Mhm.
I know I was a bit worried when that
Yeah.
was the first, although I enjoy both singles, so
Yes.
I wasn't really that worried.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good point, Jim. So Jim, why don't you, speaking of the next track, you start there, Infanticide AI.
Yeah, I mean, this is a wicked track. I have marinated a little more with these two tracks coming. So this was the first single that was released. I mean, this is a classic killer thrash. This is Testament. When I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, now we're back into it. Oh yeah, this is Testament. When I first came out, I was excited. It's got killer guitars. It's just it's written. This is Chuck and Del James who wrote the lyrics,
That's
and
right.
Peterson who writes, I think, pretty much all the music on it. Pretty much on this one, he writes the music parts. But holy cow, I think it's classic Chuck Billy vocals, classic thrash. There are no surprises here other than a really good thrash song. And I don't think it's a throwback to any of their old work. I think that if they were going to release a full-on just thrash album, it would sound a lot like this. There'd be like maybe halfway through the album, I'd be like, it sounds kind of repetitive. On this whole album, I get nothing repetitive. So it's all different all the time. And I like that. So this is more basic for me. And it's like, oh yeah, no, this is cool. So you go from sort of a different song for number one, and then you're kind of reevaluating and recalibrating the ship here on track two. And I think that's pretty smart of whoever picked and obviously was produced by, I think, Chuck and Eric, I believe, did the production on it. I think they probably did this on purpose, and I think it's genius. It just kind of for those fans that are looking for something new, we hit them with a 1-2 punch, like a one, and then we reel our regular fan base in on track two. I think is pretty neat. So
I think that's a good point. I think one of the strengths is the song positioning, right?
Mhm.
Like you get as you said, the first two tracks. If the whole album was like that, I'd be fatigued by
Yeah,
like towards the second half.
yeah,
But you don't get that here, right? You're going to be whacked with every style from
yeah.
possible coming up. So, okay, over to you, Ken.
Yeah, Jim pretty much said it all. I agree with Jim that you go back to more of a standard thrash song with a little. They throw in that one little moment at like the 140 mark where you get that touch of black, but
Yeah.
beyond that, they stick to the template, like the heavy riffing, a really good chorus, which I like this chorus
Hmm.
quite a bit, and I like the fact that the song is topical about the use of AI because it is. It's everyone talks about AI these days, so I like the fact that they wrote a song that's very topical, and it works for me. Yeah, this is overall. I think this hits really hard, and I like it as going back to just a more thrash standard and getting away from the more black metal vibe of the opening track. But yeah, stacked up to number 1 and 2. This is good. This is a really good.
Mm.
And as a single, I like that single when it came
Yeah.
out. I was like,
Yeah.
yep, this is good thrash.
They didn't release the ballad first, or like, I mean,
Yeah.
No,
yeah, they picked one of the
got a
hard.
standard thrash track, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think
So
you guys said it all. Like I agree with you, Ken, the chorus. Like,
yeah,
unlike the first track, this is the structure of the chorus, it's all a bit more catchy.
Hmm.
It's a little
yes,
easy. There's something more for you to grab on. Whereas the first track, it sounds like they're trying to be more extreme.
Hmm.
that's right.
Yeah, the guitar work is just brilliant. I mean, no need to say anything there. And yeah, like we get everything, the thrash, the death, a little, I mean, blast beat drumming shows up here. A little bit of like black in the riffing, I find briefly,
Hmm.
but it doesn't bother me as much here. Like it kind of a bit, I don't have Eric screeching vocals uh, on this one. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's a great opening song. So then we move to, which I believe is the second single,
Yeah.
Shadow People.
Yeah, shadow people.
Ken, why don't you begin here?
Yeah, this one I like a lot. This one,
Hmm.
this one really caught my attention. I like the fact that you sort of you can hear Chris Dovis's, I guess, his influence here on the song. Like the drumming is great. You start off with that drumming and it's like
Hmm.
whoa, and it goes into like this razor sharp riffing right off the bat, and there's a lot of crunch. I like the song quite a bit. It's heavy as hell. Chuck's vocals are spot on as usual. Yeah, you get the black metal droning. They throw it in the background, so you deal with that. But I love the melodic tone. It's got a right at 3 minutes is a really nice melodic tone that I like, and I just like how it climbs from that moment right back up into this good tempo. Like it's just great. It's a great all around thrash song, and I just love the fact that it's about the shadow people, the people. The whole point of the song is about about being the shadow people, these people in the background. I think it's great. I love this song. It caught my attention right away when I first heard it.
Well, it seems to be pretty topical because, like, the Shadow
Mm,
People are in the Dream Theater album, all about sleep deprivation, and there's
right,
a
right.
song in there that focuses on this. So I thought that was kind of neat, like kind of cool.
So Jim,
Yeah,
why don't
yeah.
you keep going? What else you want to mention?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I think I like this better than the first. In fact, this was the better single for me, only
Mm,
because I think it's even. I think they keep making like the best thrash songs are coming up, but this thrash song, what I love about it, and this is one of my favorites, is the fact of that little tiny hint of black metal makes it not sound like we've heard it before. So they even went, it almost like they went black metal light on this one, medium on the second song, and a little bit heavier on the first song. So it's fading out a little bit. It's going to come back, but I think this one's a really, and it sounds like just this is going to be a classic song for them when they do. Hopefully they put out another 10 albums and we get a greatest hits down the line again. This is going to be on there, and it's going to be one that they're going to kill live. I think it's great, and I think it's another classic thrash sound, but just brought in with enough difference to just make it that much better. I think it's great. And this is another one written by Billy and Del James.
yeah.
And the production on this is fantastic, and I absolutely love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I guess all three of us agree here.
Yeah.
I like the drum heavy opening, the
Yeah.
crunching riffs. It's definitely a slower pace, more of a mid
Mhm.
tempo than the first two, which again is great because we're getting variety, and it's going to really shift on the next track for sure. For me, it has an old school Testament feel to it. So
Mhm.
again, we talked about that. I appreciate that. I hear some classic Chuck vocal delivery.
Hmm.
He even has some clean sections in here with the more aggressive stuff, and there's plenty of they do a decent job of mixing some slower and heavier tempos in the song, so some good variety there. I think Ken, you mentioned this, but I love that 3 minute like guitar lead that kind of gets
Hmm.
melodic and then it just leads into a general like guitar section right through to like almost 4.5 minutes where it picks up and becomes like a shred fest and another memorable chorus. So yeah, I'm a
I
big
al-
fan.
I also read that they watched the movie Evil Dead Rise, the last Evil Dead film,
Really?
and this song and this is a song they were inspired to write this song afterwards.
Oh, nice.
So, but it's not a horror theme. It's
No.
the lyrics are about like technology and the dangers of man and machine kind of thing. So they go back to that topical element that they're adding on to the album. But I thought that was a neat little factoid that I found out that they watched Evil Dead Rise and then they wrote this song right after.
Hmm, cool. All right. So next up we have the ballad, and
Oh,
it's not a 4 minute ballad. It's a
Oh,
7.5 minute ballad, which in theory should be scary, but it's not,
nope.
or I don't think it is. So Jim, you keep going here.
Oh, I love this. This is my right now. I mean, I probably played this like 50 times. I know when I get my report from my Apple Music before I even like because my CD showed up on I think on the weekend. I just kept. I had a few beers Saturday night, and it just kept playing. And I don't know. It's just such a. It's got a beautiful intro with that acoustical intro. Chuck's. I hated the ballad, and I've said that I hated the ballad. And I thought it was maybe the video made the ballad kind of shitty for me, but this is one hell of a song. And it even halfway through the song kind of picks up a little bit of a punch to it, but still soft. And it's just a beautiful song. And I mean, this was Billy and Adele James as well, and Peterson and Skolnick got in on the musical writing here. So it's kind of almost a full kind of. I don't know. I just get the feeling this was a bit of a passion piece, and I really like it. And I'm not a thrash ballad guy, but this just kicks ass. This is like I don't know. I wouldn't even say it's a power ballad. It's just it's cooler than a power ballad. It's just I don't know. It's just an amazing song, and Chuck's voice on this just fits. I don't know.
yeah,
Like
he's good. Yeah.
again, when we listen to the ballad, I just couldn't get into it like this right off the bat. I was like, wow. And I don't know if it's because there was such, song one, song two, song three, and then by four, it gives you, but it's such a long piece. You don't even feel that it's that long. And that's why I think I kept listening, besides the fact that I had too much beer, I kept listening to it over and over and over again, just because I love that first part, how it morphs into the second part. And it's just, I think it's right now, it's my favorite. I don't know, man. I've got like, all the rest of the songs all got a one beside them. So I don't know. You figure it out.
But I do agree with you, Jim. Like, Chuck, like for me, it sounded forced when he went into ballad territory.
Yes.
Like it wasn't that, but just his maturity, his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
All these years later, he's obviously put some effort into it. It totally
Mhm.
sounded natural for
Yeah.
him to sing the ballad, but. Yeah, so I think that makes sense. Like you didn't mention the orchestration, but
No.
I thought it was good. Like they didn't overdo it. Like it's not like a full on like symphonic metal song.
Mm-hmm.
It's done there. It's value add. It's cool. Yeah, and I do like I mean, the superstar is obviously Chuck in the vocals, and
Yes.
Eric and Alex is guitar touching.
Yeah.
But yeah, at 5 minutes, like yeah, that's where it really musically it opens up.
Yeah.
Eric and Alex just take the lead. There's some beautiful quiet melodies, lots of feeling. But then we get towards the 6 minute mark and the guitar leads pick up, the song's picking up. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And you hit it on the head. It's almost 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I never got bored. Like I thought for sure when I saw 8 minutes, this is gonna drag, but no way. It was good. Brilliant
Yeah.
songwriting. I can.
Yeah, it's a really good song. I mean, obviously there's like vibes to the early '90s, so I get a little bit of Return to Serenity vibe in it for me.
Mm.
Yeah, the vocals are the star of the show for me, but I like how it's segmented. So you get like the first 4 minutes, like at 3:45, there's this little like chug that they throw in there, and it kind of, I don't know, it's like it sort of like leads into this next little section of like melodic guitar work, and it's incredible. And the acoustic transitions are great. I think it really works at like 4:45 and onwards. And as you guys mentioned, that 5 minute mark right through, oh, those guitars are incredible.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the better songs that I've heard from the band. A very well composed, melancholic vibe and tone, and it works. Like it's never boring. You get 8 minutes of it, and I agree with you guys. I could listen to this song over and over. I don't mind it. I think it's a really, from previous ballads from the '90s. This one works. I guess maybe when you're looking at things years later, it's like, oh, we did this back then, but we can do it again. But we're smarter and wiser, so we can improve on it. So the template, I think, is way more improved here. But I think it's a great song as well.
And I think Billy's right with the ballad. I think it's, first of all, they called it the ballad.
Yeah,
You know, and then right off the bat, it's like, okay, here we go. You know, like I didn't know this was going to be a ballad until I listened to it. So I was like,
I know,
you know, so right off the bat, and then I think the video for the ballad hampered it for me. But I think Billy's right. I think it now it's like a light bulb moment. Probably was a pressure from the record company to have like, because we all know at that time every metal band had to have a ballad and whatever, try to, and I think it seemed more forced for Chuck. So yeah, that's probably why. I'm gonna give it more listens off the ballad song and just try to give it some love.
Compare, yeah.
It was funny because Ken, I agree. You mentioned 340, 345. Like it gets heavier. Like I thought for sure the song was going to switch into thrash and death metal.
Yeah.
This was more of like a 3 minute opening, but they pulled that back pretty quick and went back into even more melodic. So that was cool. I like that surprise.
It was like a tease.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was like, oh,
And
here we
just
go. It's gonna explode. Like maybe a
It's a little chug, and then it's gone. Like
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
a little chug. It's like,
But
well,
it's
that's
a powerful moment, though. It's good.
Yeah. I agree.
Again, back to what we were saying, just brilliant songwriting.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Ken, sticking with you, we got High Noon, track number 5.
Yeah, I like this song a lot. I mean, I know it's a standard it's a standard thrash song for them. Like it's all about the idea of the old West, the allegory about the gunslinger. I think it's kind of cool. It's a bit different for them. I don't think they've ever wrote a song about like a gunslinger in the old West, so I kind of like it. The drumming is great here. I really like what Chris is doing with the drums. I love that it's got a little bit of low, a little bit of demonic. They throw in elements of that, so I think it's great for me. The black metal vocals are in the back. They're kind of all right, but it's a standard. It's a good song. I don't mind it. I don't know if it's one of my favorites, but I like the fact that it's just something different. Talking about the old West and gunslingers, so I think it's kind of neat.
Cool. Yeah, lyrically, it's definitely different.
Yeah.
And it's, again, the pacing, we talked about it, right? Coming after the ballad, you want to get back to something heavier.
That's right.
I mean, for me, it kind of, I'll be honest, ranks a bit more in the bottom half.
Right.
It's not a terrible song, but more just a style and a personal preference. Like to me, I get as opposed to classic Testament, I get more modern metal, like something like I mean, not that I'm an expert in this music, but something like a Lamb of God or In Flames type
Yeah, I
influence.
can see that.
influence to the song. Like I think they were trying to be a bit more modern with this, but still lots of cool drumming. Like the blast beats are back. So yeah, I mean Chuck's using some deep screaming vocals. This is not my favorite vocal performance, but again,
Mm,
this is something that may totally grow on me. Like I probably listened to
done.
the album like in a matter of like 4 or 5 days, like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
think
same here.
taste may change. So I don't know if I'm being fully fair on it, but I like it enough to I'm glad it's there. Jim, what are your thoughts?
Well, that's a good point, guys. We've marinated with practice what you preach, the new order, the
Over and
ritual,
over.
low, the gathering, for decades. So this has only been a few days, but I can see where I think Billy, you brought it up, or maybe Ken, you did, where some of the reviews are saying, some people are saying it's a little all over the place. This one kind of sticks out. Like I can see it. It's one of my favorites, but it can stick out as a bit of a sore thumb
Right.
for full on thrash metal enthusiasts. And I can see that. For me, I think it's kind of fresh. Ken, as you said, with the writing, more of a
Yeah.
gunslinger kind of, I kind of like that a little bit because it's very, like I always thought Star Wars, the movie Star Wars, was a kind of a bit of a spaghetti western set to
That's
space.
right.
And this is kind of one set to thrash. So I kind of like it. But I can see where it's not, I like it because it's so different. And again, I always like calibration every time there's another song that comes on. So you go from this killer ballad, a bit of towards the end of the ballad, things start to speed up a little bit, and you're thinking it's about ready to take off, but it doesn't. But then they save it for this song here, so it's got kind of a cool effect. I like the sort of the black and thrash vocals. I'm into it. So, but I mean, I think it's great, and the album for me is just gaining so much momentum heading into the next 4 or 5 songs. I absolutely think that the back end is amazing.
Hmm. All right, Jim, why don't you tackle track number 6?
Oh,
You're
Witch
here.
Hunt.
Which
Which
time?
one? Yeah.
And this is the one with Zetros.
Yeah.
I believe from
He
what I heard
co-wrote
in
it.
an interview, yeah, he co-wrote it. I think this one was co-wrote. Like I think they had this one on the burner for a while, so that's kind of cool. Um, again, if this one's got an even for me, it's got. I like the fact they go back to witch hunt. So, I mean, Ken's going to talk about the lyrical part, but for me, it could mean anything from a witch hunt of a person in the sense of somebody going after somebody, not necessarily. And then there's a parts in it that makes me feel like it's actually a witch hunt type thing. So it kind of has that many different meanings for me in the song, which I normally don't pay attention to the lyrics. I'm a little more basic that way, but I love the evilly heavy vocals in this. It's fast. And musically, it's got more of a thrash sound to it. Just has a heavy black and thrash vibe, and I think it's the vocals that really push it for me. But I like it. This album is just getting better and better, and it's a little bit more a little bit more thick on the black and thrash for me than it would be on the previous ones that I think have a little bit of black metal in them. And that's just what I think of it. I think it's a great track.
Yeah, I like it too. Like another like aggressive song. Like
Mm-hmm.
Chuck does a great drive. That opening death metal scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get his death metal back. I like it. But as you said, it still combines like thrash and death metal musically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I was gonna nitpick, there's those Eric layered vocals, those blackened
In the
vocals that kick
background,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, which I could do with. I think the song would be great without that. But it's not enough of a distraction. It's in the top half for me. And I love the way it ends, right? Like Eric and Alex just doing those lead trade-offs, shredding into the close of the song. And yeah, I mean, Eric has come so far. Like he's doing more of the leads. He's just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're equal as far in the early days it was Alex, Alex, Alex. And as far as I'm concerned, the two of them are equally brilliant in
It's
different
it's
ways.
reminiscent of KK and Glenn Tipton to some degree,
That's
and
right.
both
Yeah.
can take over a lead at really any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like before it was always
Yeah.
Eric rhythm, Alex lead, Alex lead. But yeah, I think that's changed as they've gotten older.
Well, you know what's funny though? when the band started, this was pretty much Skolnick's band. He was pretty much the de facto kind of leader. But over time, you can see where Peterson has actually become, I think, the band's leader now. It's kind of
Yeah.
changed.
Like
You can see the
Chuck, Billy,
focus.
and Peterson are the full leaders.
Yeah.
Right, when they started, this was pretty much Skolnick's
Yeah,
band
that's weird too.
because
Yeah.
he produced. He was like the major producer. He was actually their band manager at the beginning. Yeah, so it's kind of weird how the focus shifted, but
Yeah.
it's a good shift though because now you got two bona fide lead guitarists.
Yeah.
I
You know what? I like when bands change like that though, because you use what's as a good team player will use people for their pluses. I mean, obviously Chuck's writing is amazing on this, and Peterson's like his he writes pretty much all the music. So why not? Like it's just, and they've done so much. I think it's smart to hone in on everybody's sort of expertise. Yeah, agreed, Ken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's Chuck's management company that managed the
Yeah.
band, and
Yes.
like when
yes,
I
yes.
did that cool VIP event, it's all organized by like Chuck's wife to handles all the band's like special stuff and special events, and yeah, him and Eric are definitely
It
today.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay, cool. So
But you know
Ken,
what though, this
oh,
this
sorry, go ahead.
song to me, you can tell that Sousa wrote it or co-wrote it
Mhm.
because I know what Sousa's lyrical style is right like. So here, what you're getting is all about your civil liberties being eroded, and there's a critique on the authoritarian overreach, and in society. So I think I like it for that reason. The song is really strong. But yeah, it's another banger. Really, it's a banger of a song with those riffs. There's some nice vocal melodies like halfway through, and I love the guitar playing. Like just the melodic guitars are so great. It's a really good song. It's
Mhm.
just you guys, everything you guys said is pretty much what you get with this with Witch Hunt.
Yeah, no, we'll all agree on that one. So let's
Mhm.
move into Ken, sticking with you. I'm curious to your thoughts on this track.
Mhm.
Number seven, Nature of the Beast. I think I might be an outlier here.
Uh, yeah, this is Nature of the Beast is kind of interesting. I mean, I've heard and people say that this is like new wave of British heavy metal. It's got those vibes. I kind of think I think I hear a little bit of Merciful Fate, maybe a bit of Motorhead, some Saxon. I kind of see it's a really different song for them. It's not thrash. It's definitely not really a thrash song. I like it though. I like it for the melodic guitar playing. It's different from what they're doing. The solo is pretty good overall. I think it's a strong song, and it's all about like the lyrics was what I like about the song. Chuck Billy again, Chuck Billy, Del James, his writing partner. They're talking about the allure of gambling and the high risk stakes of going to a casino, which is kind of funny. So again, it's like, oh, we had a song about gunslinging, and now we're getting a song about gambling. So it's all about the darker side or the addiction of gambling and the idea of it. So I kind of like it, but it's not thrash. It's a different feel. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I thought it was interesting. Not my favorite song on the album.
Jim?
I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's I definitely, I mean, it's probably one of the ones I haven't given enough, not that I was skipping over. I was playing, like I
Yeah.
was just jumping around playing ones that I really kind of drawn to me. But I think it's a great track. I think it's got classic Chuck vocals on it. So for me, I think that's the standout on the track. But it's probably like I like this whole album, but this is probably one towards the back end for me. Whether we're still got three more tracks to go here, but this one's probably one that I maybe need to let again marinate a little more and just go with it on that. I think it's a cool track, but I think that Chuck's vocals on it are amazing.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not that different, but for me, I don't like this song. I think it's a filler.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like I've listened to it about five times. There's just nothing memorable to my ears. Not the fact that they're like I've heard people say it sounds like Priest, it sounds like Maiden. I mean, it's definitely old school traditional metal. You're
Right.
right that it's not a thrash thing, and that's not why I don't like it. I don't know, like I just don't think it's memorable. I think it's the talent of the band could deliver way more than this. That's why I don't know. It could have been left off for me, but we'll see
Maybe
how it sticks in the
it
next track.
has some Megadeth feel to it to me.
Really?
Um,
Oh, I didn't get that.
I think the next track has a bit of Megadeth, I think.
yeah, yeah, it's true too.
But yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, well, I mean, you guys still have it in the bottom half, so we're not that far off. We definitely don't feel it's the strongest song. Okay, so Jim, speaking of the next track, Room 117, why don't you lead off?
Yeah, it's a killer track for me.
Yes.
I like the story behind it. So this is written by Billy Chuck and Del James, and it's about Room 177, where it's I guess where Dell's mom or grandmother, I can't remember who, unfortunately, who she kind of was not well, went in and never came back out. So it's they've kind of done that as a bit of a personal song in the sense that you go to this room and you don't come out. So and that was the room number. So a little bit of a personal end there, and I've seen that in a couple of interviews with Chuck. So far, but I think it's got. I mean, I think it's a killer thrash song. I think it's a return, like this, and then I mean we're heading into the end of the album here, but I think this is just really interesting song, some great riffage in it. I think it's awesome. Coming out of Seven, which for me wasn't one of my favorites, it's sort of definitely realigned, and this is a killer track.
The chorus is what really counts.
Yeah.
Ken?
Yeah, the chorus is what I like about the song. I like the song title, Room
Yeah.
117. It's great. I mean, because there's so much. The song has this like it evokes this like really ominous tone, right?
Mhm.
So you get that repeated in the chorus, like they're telling you that the dangers of 117. I mean, it's a cool story that Chuck relates, but it's also like it's like evokes the idea of like living in this like it's a haunting portrait of someone trapped in a sterile clinical environment. You get that layered into the song. But I mean, I think the star here is probably the vocals are super super great. I
Mhm.
love the song. I think it just has this really ominous tone to it that works for me. But yeah, this is a really good song as well.
Yeah. No, I don't mind it. Like it's not my favorite track, but not my least favorite tracks. It's kind of it's a bit more mid-tempo. This one to me sounded a bit Megadethy at times.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
the
maybe I'm
title,
wrong.
Billy, the
Yeah.
title
Yeah.
Yeah, the
that sounds like
title.
a negative title.
And even like the first minute or so, I got a bit of that, but I don't know. Nevertheless, yeah, it's interesting. Chuck's doing a bit more screaming. I mean, a bit more singing versus his screaming, growling. So he's got some melody in his voice here. Even in the middle, it shifts to an almost like, hate to use the word again, but like a ballad tempo. But it works. And probably my favorite part of the track is that 45-second, the lead trade-offs again between the two guitar wizards in the band that kicks in around the 240 mark. That's kind of the highlight for me. But
And sorry guys, I was calling it 177. I can't read my own writing. I think my one looked like a
room
seven.
177.
That's okay.
We knew what you meant.
We know what you meant. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
We know what you meant.
Okay, Ken, let's move to 9, Havana
Oh yeah.
Syndrome.
Yeah, this is a great
Yeah.
song. This has like more than meets the eye vibes, which
Yep.
I love. Formation is one of my favorite albums as well. I totally love that album. So I get a lot of that out of this song. It's great. There's a lot of really nice, great thrash chunks here.
Yeah.
The vocals are fucking great. I love the vocals on this song. That's why it reminds me of More Than Meets the Eye.
Hmm.
And that solo, whew, that solo is awesome. Great riffs all the way through, lots of crunch. And what I like about this, I looked this up because I wasn't sure. I've heard the term Havana syndrome. So it is a real term.
Hmm.
It's based on a mysterious set of like neurological symptoms reported by U.S. diplomats and intelligence personnel who were linked to like apparently suspected microwave or sonic attacks. So I thought, well, that's interesting. It's almost like, is it conspiracy driven? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of unique how they wove that in the song, and this is one of Skolnick's contributions with the lyrics. So I think it's great. I love the fact that it's got that 90s well 2000s vibe, like when the band kind of reformed and they did Formation. I love it. This is a really good song for me.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. It's one of my favorites too.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I remember I don't know who was one of the YouTube reviews thought like the last two songs were terrible.
Oh
I was
no.
like, what the heck?
No.
But he loved the album. He gave it a 9 out of 10. But all he kept saying is, typical with traditional Testament, they can't close an album. And I
What?
was like, what the hell is this guy
Are you
on?
crazy?
Anyway, I'm not going
Who
to
is
call
that?
him out.
Billy, who is
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. I don't want to call them out. Let's just say
Okay. No worries.
he's
No
one of
worries.
our local reviewers who swears a lot.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
There's only one person that fits.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. For me, I mean, you're right, Ken. You kind of get that sort of that comeback sort of
Yeah, yeah.
fresh area vibe. But I even get a bit of the older stuff vibe too. But I love his singing throughout of the album. It's probably the catchiest chorus. Like the whole thing's just such an earworm.
Yeah.
Uh, the guitar work you mentioned it is just brilliant harmonies and everywhere. It's great. Like
Mhm.
I do find this has a bit of new wave of like leading into the chorus. There's that sort of like dual guitar line. It kind of has a Maiden feel a little bit, but just in that lead up to the chorus, it comes to my mind.
Right.
The rest is pure Alex and Eric, and it's not new wave of British heavy metal. But yeah, it's just a well-written song and the kind of song that's easy to listen to. You want to come back. It's catchy as hell. It shows the band's strength. And again, it provides the variety for what's coming up to the banger at the end. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. So, Jim, we'll go with you with the title track ending at track number 10.
Yeah, I mean it's an amazing track. I love it. It's I think it's like a minute and 24 seconds before Chuck even his vocals even cut in.
Yeah.
So, and it's just it's killer. These last two songs are for me the highlight, a really big highlight of the album. I think the back end of the album's really good. I think it's a great closing track, and I mean, I think there is still some heavy black and thrash vocals to this, but the
Okay.
music is just pure thrash. So total thrash metal. I absolutely love it. It's great song to close it out.
Yeah. And to provide some balance to that, Jim, I like the acoustic ending during like the
Yes.
last, and it's 45 minutes roughly, right? So it just ends on a classy note after the aggressive. It's kind of a good combo of the album, right? You
Yeah.
get aggressive stuff, but then you get some, I don't know, lack of a better word, some beautiful musical parts at
But
the
the
end.
interesting thing is, not one song on this album copied another song. There's different
True, yeah,
levels of
true.
thrash. There's different levels
Yeah.
of black and thrash. There's different levels of even the black metal that they used. Any of the blast beats and stuff. It's really every song on this album is its own entity compared to when when we reviewed I don't know, what did we review? Practice. There's some songs that are kind of duplicated. I mean, it was earlier on in their career and whatnot, but still, this is what I think is going to really win this album over, and with critics. And I think this is people's top 10 or 20 albums of the year. This is going to be like, I think it's going to be on many of them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys think it's weird that I don't know that I mean, it doesn't bother me. The title tracks at the end. That's not pretty. That's not very.
It's interesting because normally that's the first
Different.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
I mean, it's
I
a
don't
great
mind
way
it
to
at
end
the
the
end.
album. So who cares what you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
How about you?
yeah, this is a great song. This is the kind of song that Metallica should be writing,
Yes.
in my mind, based on the fact that the song title is Latin. It refers to prepare for war. That's shit Metallica would have written years back. And the fact that they chose that kind of slow down with the classic kind of Metallica style acoustic vibe at the end, that's the kind of shit Metallica should be writing. That's my only little rant about Metallica. Sorry, I don't want to go on about Metallica because we're not. But I get those vibes. But yeah, this is a really good song as well. It's, the lyrics are great. I love the whole kind of idea that this is like kind of an anthem for war. I love how Chuck sings it. The crescendo and the explosive chugging riffs that start here are fantastic. And Chuck's got like a not quite death metal, but he has some harsher edge to his vocals. It's great. And the chorus, Parabellum, oh wow, it's what a juggernaut of a song. And it's got some slowdowns. I think there's a breakdown in this too, if I'm not mistaken. But it slows down, picks up, and then you get that. The best part for me though is the spoken word part at like 5:40. It slows down. He starts talking, kind of what I know James has done that a bit in some songs, later modern Metallica songs. So I kind of like that for that reason. But yeah, this is a smart song that I wouldn't expect from them, to be honest. I was a little surprised, like, oh, this has got a classy sound, and I don't know, I almost feel like it's telling Metallica, you guys suck, we're better. That's kind of how I feel about it, but I think it's a great song.
And you know what? That's a good point, Ken, because I think everybody is whining, like everybody says about Metallica. Like I've seen so many reviews where people are like, Metallica needs to buy this album and check it out, because
I agree.
I think that like it's everybody talking about James's voice. Oh, he's older, he's this, but like these guys are like roughly the same age. So I mean, except for the drummer, like come on, Metallica could write this stuff. Metallica could do this stuff. They just choose not to. Like, and you're right. Maybe they should get Zetro to jump in, or maybe they should get Chuck to jump in and help them, which they never would do. But I think you're 100% right. And I think I'm always thinking in my mind, well, you know, Metallica's getting up there. They don't have they can't do it. But if Chuck and
they
the gang
write this stuff.
Absolutely, you're right.
They can write this stuff. They're capable of doing it. Don't tell me they're not.
Yeah,
they just
100%. Yeah,
I just think they don't want to, right? It's just they're done with that. I just gave up wishing, hoping, everything. Right? Because you're right. They could do it if they want to. There's no interest.
But Testament's doing it, and that's what makes it great, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh. All right. So that closes out the album. One quick question for you guys. I don't think so for me, but would you see this sort of knocking any of your albums out of your top 3 or 5 Testament albums? Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now.
I could over time.
Yeah. Like we still have, I'm hoping like, you know, I'm right now I'm sitting here. I have my 1 and 2, but I don't know who it was going to be. Dragon's Claw and Sodom were my buying for 1 and 2. But originally, like I know time changes because we're so many months into the year now compared to when, you know, Dream Theater was my number 1. The Halo Effect was my number 1 at one point. And Dream Theater is going to be lucky to hit my top 10 right now, and I love Dream Theater, but I got to be honest with you, there's so many good releases that I'm that I want to fit in there, and yeah, these guys have knocked some of my picks down a little bit. Like Leper Colony would have been in my top 4, and now they're kind of pushed back a little bit just because I think this is buying for my number 1. I think I may still be pushing Sodom just because I don't know. I love that record, but this could be 1, 2, and 3. Those 3 albums, unless something else comes out that I'm super excited about.
But I meant, Jim, would you see this sort of replacing anything in your Testament only discography rank?
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Billy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I thought you meant like replace. That's what I thought you meant.
And I know it's early, so we may not be, but you might have a good idea. Like I know for me, it doesn't.
No, well, it doesn't for me either.
It would come after, like probably between 5 and 10. But
yeah.
What do you think, Jim? Would it?
I agree with that. I think it's. I don't think. I think I picked The Gathering as my number. I know I picked the New Order, The Gathering, The Legacy, and then Practice. I don't think it would knock any of them down.
It's tough competition.
Yeah.
Ken, I think you jumped in there. You were the same.
Oh yeah. Like to me, like Practice, Gathering, and Dark Roots of the Earth are like 3 of my favorite albums from the band. So yeah, I wouldn't right now. Maybe over time. I don't know. I'd have to. It's too premature to say. I mean, I have to hear it a lot longer for me to say, yeah, this is going to knock it. But I say no. but that doesn't mean it wouldn't over time.
Yeah, I could see this beating the Legacy for me, right? Even right now,
Yeah.
that's a bold, not really a bold statement, because their debut, the Legacy, is a great album, but I thought the New Order blew the doors off that, and I still like the New Order better than I like Practice. And I thought, I mean, I like Low quite a bit too, but man, I don't know. It'd be hard to get into that top 10, top 8, top 5.
Yeah.
Ooh, so early.
Yeah. And they're just amazing albums, right? So,
But then, sorry, I went off on the tangent there about my picks, because I'm always thinking of my picks for this year, and this album.
You're so obsessed with that, Jim.
I know.
You're so obsessed with the top. For you, it's like everything leads the end of the year for you.
Yeah.
This is mine. This is it's funny. Well, it's great that you're passionate.
Yeah. Like I picked Dream Theater. I said, oh yeah, Dream Theater at the end. I think I've said on the show many times, oh yeah, that's going to be my number one. This is a magnificent album. I'll be honest with you, I haven't listened to it in probably a month with all the new releases coming out.
I mean, we're getting to know you well, Jim. Like, I'll be honest, like when we're in the first half of the year and you're quoting album of the year, I'm like, this is going to last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is cool, right? I mean, we're happy about the music we hear. So,
oh yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
All right.
Also, just a little bit. The Jays are winning 5-1.
Oh, nice.
5-1 Jays.
Okay,
Good.
You guys will be happy to know the Montreal won again, and they continue to maintain a sizable lead over the Leafs in the standings.
Yeah,
It's
Habs are kicking ass, dude.
So that's good about the Jays. Hopefully, we'll tie the series up. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to cover on Testament of the album before we jump to the final?
No, I think
Nope.
we covered it all, dude.
Yep. All right, sounds good. So I mentioned it earlier, but and this really helps Jim out because it allows him to talk about some albums that will make his top 10. I mean, as always, we'll do like a top 10 album of the year, a specialized podcast towards the year. But we already know there's a lot of great albums. This was a good year. Stuff that won't make the top 10, but we still want to raise it. And, I mean, folks who don't know it can still check it out. And who knows, it might become part of your top 10. So, okay. So, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a lot of thrash releases, Death, but I have a couple non-thrash items too. So who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to pardon my cold. I have a cold I'm dealing with.
Oh, no worries. You can barely notice.
You picked it up at Sacrifice.
I'm sniffing. I'm sitting there sniffing. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. So what I've been hearing, like at number 5, I would put the New Revocation. I like the New Gods, New Masters.
I love that.
I'm not saying it's going to be on my list down the road, but it could be. But it's just I have to give it more time. But I like these guys. I've been listening to them for quite a long time. They're like technical death thrash. David Davidson's the brains behind the band, and I've always thought they're very interesting. This album has a lot of kind of more fluid and progressive style to it. So I'm hearing a lot of and I'm an absolute huge King Crimson fan. I love Robert Fripp. He's one of my favorite guitarists. So I hear elements of that in here. So I'm going, this is kind of neat. So far, it hasn't swayed me to go, that's in my top 20, but I think it's a good album. People should go check it out. Seriously, go check it out. It just came out like on September 26th, so it's relatively fresh. And then I got Haunted as number 4. Songs of the Last Resort came out on May 30th. It's not bad. It's the 10th studio album. I'm not enamored with it. I do like the lead work. I like Patrick Jensen from Witchery and the Halo Effect. He's pretty decent here. My only beef with this band going forward is that Marco Arro is now the vocalist. I preferred Peter Dolving. I thought he was a better vocalist, but that's just the way things happen. Things change. But so far, I don't mind it. It's decent, but I don't think it would make my top 20 or top 50, whatever we decide. Number 3, I do have Destruction here because they're a band I do like. So I mean, I don't hate this album.
No,
Birth of Malice came out March 7th. I know you, Jimmy. You're like me. You're sort of it's not bad. There's 16 studio albums, a lot for a band, so you can see it at this deep point in their career, they're probably not reinventing the wheel at all here. It's just the same standard shit. But there are a couple songs I like. God of Gore's decent. Cyber Warfare, I don't mind. There's a few songs on it that are pretty good. My major gripe here, and I've mentioned this before, is that Mike is no longer in the band. And Schmier is a great vocalist and bassist, but come on. I mean, like fucking Mike was the band with those guitars. That's my only beef. But it won't make my top 20 at all. Number 2 is Brainstorm, a German power metal band that I absolutely love.
I forgot about that album. And
yeah, that album is great.
inspiration.
I love these guys. Plague of Rats. Oh, the album cover is great. They always have had really good album covers. Been around since 1997, and Andy Frank is one hell of a vocalist. I totally love this. We're on album number 14, and they still sound fresh. Now, again, I don't think it would make my top 20, but if you like German power metal, give this band a listen to, because you won't go wrong.
And that had some cool Indian influences, no, Ken?
Yes, it did. Yeah. They've been experimenting for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 albums with some styles, and I like it. I like what they've been doing here. This album's pretty solid from start to finish.
Cool.
And then my number 1 is November's Doom, which I did review for All Father Metal. Major Arcana came out on September 19th. 12 studio albums in. I like these guys a lot. They're American, but I've always associated them in the same group with My Dying Bride, who is a band I absolutely love. So they're very much in a similar style. It's like doom death metal. They're from Chicago. Pretty decent band. This album is pretty solid. I think they've grown as musicians. I don't know if it would make my top 20 as well, but it's an album you can check out to see if you like it. But that's my top 5.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wasn't expecting for you to have Destruction in there, but it makes sense. I get what you're saying.
Well, I
feel
guess
the same way as you. So
yeah, I guess because they're a long time thrash band, and I had to throw one thrash band and I know that wouldn't make my top 20. And this would be it.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense. Jim?
Yeah, so I had Destruction on my list too.
Okay.
I think it was on my top 15, but then it got kind of pushed off with all the new releases. But so that was a kind of one that I had on there. Another one I have on there, which I already showed you guys, was this one here. It's Imperial Triumphant's Gold Star. I mean, this is an avant-garde death metal band. I think, Ken, you'd really like it. I don't know, Billy. It's got a little bit of. You guys got to check it out. It's pretty good. It's a good album. I know some of their older albums are really, really heavy and really, really good, but it's pretty cool album. I just don't think it'll have the. There's a lot of big names out there, so unfortunately, this one will probably fall a little short. And I feel that way about this one as well too. Vicious Rumors. The Devil's Asylum. Yeah. It's a great album, and I like these guys. These guys are awesome, but good American power metal band. But sorry, the dog's howling there.
I was wondering what
I've got a husky. So an amazing band, but I think it's just going to fall short in my grouping.
For me, it's sitting on my number 10 list.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't make this, but I'm having trouble. It may fall out of the 10 though.
Yeah. It's same with me. I mean, it was originally in there. I just picked this up this week. The Smith and Coateson. Black Light, White Noise. So this is a cool album. It's more of a rock infused, more like maybe a Dead Daisies kind of vibe to it. I mean, they've got a number of albums out. Obviously, Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden and Richie Kotzen. But great album. I've been playing it like crazy. This and the Testament album been being played like mad. But I just don't think it'll hit my top 15. With that, how many do I got here now? So Destruction, this, and my last one, which was kind of a surprise release that I'm waiting to come in. It's stuck in the mail right now. Is the new Rage album? It's pretty good, but and I think the last Rage album from I think it was last year. Was it last year? The last one came out.
Yeah. Well, this
Yeah,
is
it
pretty good,
made my
bro.
top. I think it was in my top 10. So this one, it kind of came with no fanfare. Like it was just all of a sudden it appeared. I didn't even know any of the singles that were released until I got a copy of the album, and I was like, okay, I didn't even know this was on the horizon. It kind of surprised me, and then it just kind of came and went. So for me, I've spun it about 4 or 5 times, but it's a great album. I've ordered it, but I don't know. It's not going to make my top albums. It'll come in. It won't even make my honorable mentions, I don't think, which is kind of sad because I'm a big fan. So that's my five, guys.
I like it too, Jim. Like it's
Yeah.
not going to make my top 10, but
No.
although in fairness, I've only played it 3 times, so I need a bit more. But these
Yeah.
guys are so consistent. Like to the
Yes.
point about no, I mean they just it felt like not too long ago they did that double album of all new material.
After
Oh yeah,
Lifelines.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like these guys just release a new album like consistently
Yeah.
over and over. But yeah, good call out. Okay, so my top five, no particular order. A band I really like. I don't think we've ever talked about them, but it's not thrash. It's a band called Seven Sisters from the UK.
Okay.
So the album's Shadow of a Fallen Star Part Two. So the
Mhm.
previous album was Part One. I've always loved this band. Like they're very underground, but I finally got to see them at Wacken Live. Love them. Like Jim, I think if you don't know these guys, I
No.
think they're
I don't
totally
know
up
them at
your
all.
alley.
No.
It's like traditional metal, hard rock,
Oh,
but a
Okay.
little
nice.
bit of heavy new wave. So like, yeah, it's like clean vocals, lots of twin leads, and they just have just smart songwriters. Like
Okay.
they're very strong musicians. So yeah, it's cool. They got 4 albums. Like I said, the last two were part one and part two. But like if you like that style, again, they're still breaking out. So, but I think people would really like them if you enjoy that style. Um, so then moving to a very different sound. So this album, I don't know, this is the only one that could leak back on my top 10 or a top 15, wherever we land. But the band Vitra, Intense Indifference.
Ventura,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean the best way to describe it is melodic death metal. I love it, but
Yeah.
one of the things I love is they have the knack of like it's catchy, right? So you can get into it easy, but throwing in these like weird like non-metal like musical interludes or parts. Like here you'll get like one song pulls out a full flamenco solo, some prog rock in here. You even get like there's piano. There's a little section where they bring out a little Richard blues style
That's cool.
60s or 70s rock, wherever the hell, whatever year he was in. Uh, but yeah, but it's still 100% death metal. Like, but yeah, I think fans who like melodic death metal, but who's not scared of a band to mix in some styles, but just filled with hooks and catchiness, easy to absorb. I'm a pretty big fan. It's growing on me.
Cool.
Another one I think I mentioned here, I probably showed it the album cover, but a classic thrash album, Misfire, Product
Mhm.
of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Environment, just pure old school Bay Area thrash, heavy Exodus influence, but it still sounds fresh. Like all 11 tracks are rippers. I think it's pretty highly recommended. It's close to a top 10, but maybe not original enough to land in the top 10.
Mm.
Number four, another longtime favorite musician of mine, we probably never talked about, Arjun Anthony Lucassen.
Oh,
So basically, he has an album, Songs No One Will Hear. He's probably one of the most respected metal musicians, hard rock musicians in Europe. He's done over 30 albums. He's
oh
on
wow.
almost every Avantasia album as one of the singers, guitar players,
Yes.
keyboards. He's just brilliant. This is his solo album. It's called Songs No One Will Hear, which is kind
Mm.
of weird because everyone deserves to hear this. Now, mind you, this definitely falls more in the hard rock category than some of his more traditional metal projects. But again, this is another one, Jim, I think if you spend some time, you'll love. And like he had, I mean, even before Avantasia, what the inspiration was this guy's first original rock opera band. It was called Areon, Ayreon. So they had like 5 or 6 albums with all the world's most famous metal musicians were on his albums before Avantasia started. So, and then he has this amazing concept albums he does under the moniker Star One.
No, okay.
And they're just
That approach.
fantastic, right? Like well written, like the guy's like just again just incredibly talented. But again, if it's not thrash, but if you guys want to hear just a damn well written album, you'll like this one. Or any of his stuff for that matter. Like everyone deserves to have a couple of his projects.
Cool.
And then lastly, a band that I just got into, a new band that I picked up going to Hell's Hero in Texas. It's a Texas band, but the band's called Mean Mistreater. The album's called Do or Die. I've showed it in the past.
Mhm.
It's very much classic metal, super high energy, but it also has a retro feel. I mean, I love the female vocals, and these are not symphonic female vocals. Like this, she'll give like classic Axl Rose a run for her money when he's at his absolute best. So she's gravelly, she gets into the high, just super powerful voice. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool band. They're still breaking out, so a lot of people don't know them, but yeah, big fan. I think if you like classic metal, give them a shot.
Cool.
All right, so
And you know, it's interesting because there's still some good releases coming down the line. For me,
Yeah,
being a
that's
huge
it.
Alcatraz fan, although I'm not going to put this Alcatraz one because it's the prior conviction. So it's the sort of the redo of the first album, like of some of the, and then there's a new song on it, but they'll be coming out with a new album next year. But yeah, I usually don't. I'll honorable mention that, but I love the 3 singles that are already off it. And you know, I've got Biohazard on order, Soulfly on
It's
order.
coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. And I have some like lined up in my like A to Z with Alder and Zonder there, that band. You know, with Ray Alder. I'm a huge fan, and a huge fan of Zonder on drums. So I'm like really excited. I love that. So that's still in my top 15. And but I mean, there's still a lot of good stuff coming out.
Like I've lost track, but isn't like probably both your most anticipated album coming this year, Anthrax, or no? Is it next year?
I don't know, Ken.
Anthrax
What
for
is it?
me. What, Anthrax?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's due out this year, but
That's
I
what I
think
thought.
yeah, later in the year. I don't know. They haven't dropped a date yet, but
No.
we're all kind of waiting.
Okay.
I suspect it's not going to come out until early January.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. I just know that they haven't set a date.
Okay. Like
They're saying
presumably,
late.
like for you, Ken, that would break into your top 3 if it's a
Oh, yeah.
album.
Probably. Oh, easily. Yeah, easily.
Easily,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
You know what else came out? That's new. Hellstar put out a
Yeah,
new
it's a
album.
good one.
Yeah, I like it.
Just
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I haven't heard it yet,
No.
but I'm like,
No, I
I'm so
did. At the last Hell's Heroes, he played the album pretty much in full.
yeah. What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
him. I mean, he lives like a few blocks away from the festival, so he basically plays 2 shows like every festival. It's almost getting overdone, to be honest. He's back again next year.
Which
Hey,
is
Bill,
cool.
Billy, are you going to? I know it depends on your health, but are you going to Hell's Heroes this year?
Well, that's my first chance to get there, right? So
Yeah.
the doctors have said it's a good possibility, so I can make the call
Okay.
in December. So it's my hope. Like I actually today bought the tickets.
Oh, you did. Cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Just because I don't want,
Nice.
and yeah, and I have a good friend I go with from Texas, and so yeah, it's become a big event on the calendar. But if I still have daily, because this thing is like they announced the pre-show today, which is pretty cool. The pre-fest, they had Onslaught,
Warlord.
Warlord, and
Yeah.
another bigger band. I'm forgetting.
It's gonna be. It sounds like it's a great lineup.
Yeah,
He
and
did,
the
he did
lineup.
Onslaught, Billy. Onslaught is managed by Giles and Warlord. I mean, Onslaught with Nige. Oh man, I would love to
Oh,
see
isn't
that band.
Warlord? Yeah, and Warlord is the other band announced.
Yeah, they said they're doing it. They're this year. They got their visas in order, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess.
So yeah, it's the three of them that are, and then there's like five bands I never heard of. So
Yeah.
I'm trying, but this thing with the pre-fest, you kind of got to be there on Wednesday. So
Right.
just my cancer treatment, and I still have like hospital days on Thursday and Friday. So knock on wood, this is Mar like later March.
Yeah.
There's a good chance I'll be through it, but hopefully. But yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a judgment call mid-year before I book the travel.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be my return. I hope so.
Nice.
Uh,
Cool.
And I think even Loudness is playing like
yeah,
in
they
the.
are.
Oh, that would be wicked. I'd love to see it. Hopefully they do like, some of their. I mean, they're gonna do their great stuff. So you don't get to see them often.
No, I mean that's what makes Hell's Heroes special. Like I keep
Hmm.
saying it, but like it's the best U.S. festival, U.S. run. Because literally, like I mean, again, no disrespect. People like new metal and Slipknot and crap like that. Or I guess I shouldn't say crap, but like, those bands don't play here. It's all traditional metal, and he's very good at coaxing bands who never come here or bands who are broken up and to come back like Gamacide last year
Hmm.
and play, right? And often they do so well, like with Gamacide, it spurred like, like a 10-run tour coming up that they did. So yeah, that's what's great about the festival. Lots
And
of
you
bands.
also you also get like you got Doro coming with Warlock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like that's so cool. Like she's been touring so much, obviously, and then you get these bands that are getting together just to do. And yeah, you're 100%. I think it's man, it looks like such a cool. I think the lineup, and I know Wacken is so much bigger, but
Oh,
I
this is
think
a
the
better
lineup
lineup.
there's better.
Oh, it's 100 times better.
Yeah.
And it's
I
cool.
just
A few
I just love
years
the name
ago,
of
we
the
got Witch Hazel to come,
Yes.
which is the only time they've ever crossed into North America soil ever and since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the name of the festival. Hell's
Yeah.
Heroes. Well, that sounds so great.
Yeah.
It rings, rolls off the tongue.
It's funny, like I have enough House Hero shirts where I largely wear that to the different days. But
Nice.
Texas is like this happened twice. Texas is a very religious based
Right.
place.
Yeah.
And I had a few people who came up to ask about my Hell's Hero, like Brandon.
Oh,
It's like there was a bit of a like again, Texas are like the most polite people I've encountered in the U.S. Very much like the Southern people, but like they didn't say, "Oh, that's bad," but there was disappointment on their face when I explained to them what was
what it
happening.
was, yeah. Hell's
You know
Heroes.
what, Ken? Destruction's
Yeah,
playing there. So is Chris Holmes. I think is going to be there,
Yeah,
but
Chris Holmes.
that's cool.
3 inches and
Yeah.
Leather's going to be there. So Leather Leone from used to be the lead
Yep.
singer of Chastain. Oh
Chastain.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, lots of
Cool.
cool stuff, right? Like it's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, it's just a well-run festival. Like I enjoy it, and it's only about like, don't quote me on this, but like I bought the tickets today. Like you could get the pre-fest and the ticket like under $300.
Oh, that's
That's
not
not
bad.
bad. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
And Houston, Texas, there's a lot. Like the hotels are like 100 to 150 a night for a good thing. And the travel is not crazy expensive. So
I would love to do that. I
it's
would love
good.
to go to that
Way cheaper than Rush.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly. And if you show up a few minutes before the band plays, you could be front row at every show.
Yeah.
So that is
Nice.
better than Rush.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So that kind of wraps another good. This was kind of fun for me in the sense that it was more fresh because we had to do
Yeah.
homework, right?
Yes.
It's a brand new release. Like we didn't want to, we wanted to put the time in and the listen in our busy week. So it's obvious we all did that and had some good opinions. So that's great. So next, we just sort of made a call. So we know we're going to do the last week. Ken's going to do his
Halloween.
traditional Halloween-based episode. So he's planning through that, and we just made the call that I'll run with the next episode before he does that. So haven't quite picked an album. I'm kind of throwing around Bonded by Blood with
Oh, we
Exodus.
still have that. That's right.
Um,
Yeah.
and I've just been into the first Sacred Reich album. I don't know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's some interesting things to talk about there, particularly around Phil and his. I have a lot of friends who are very upset with him, like just a lot of political rants in areas he probably shouldn't
Oh,
be
you mean
doing it.
lately? Like what
Or
now?
yeah,
Or
lately during live shows. Uh,
yeah, yeah. I've
um,
heard. I've heard.
so yeah, I think there's some interesting things. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, or maybe it'll be
Okay.
Awesome.
something else.
Your call, dude.
Yeah. But again, so just thank everyone for following. Again, please like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And as always, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. See you next week.
Good night.
Thanks.